today what I have for you is a little tiny, um, it's not even a class, it's just a info on foam rolling. I did not plan to coordinate with my foam roller today, but that's just how it worked out. If you have never done foam rolling, I'm here to tell you it is one of the most beneficial things you can do to help you um, recover from workouts, prepare for your workouts, and potentially stay injury free. I say potentially because um, I'm not in your body and I don't know what you're doing. And even though I might give you great advice, you may do something that would cause yourself some injury. But the great thing about using a foam roller is to help um, fix imbalances in your muscles. So, especially work on areas that are tight and inflexible so that your body works better holistically. I think that's my word for the day. I've already used it twice this morning, but it is, again, one of the most beneficial things I could teach you. The other um, most beneficial thing I could teach you is um, yin yoga, which also helps strengthen and protect the joints, and also how to find and use your core. And those may come along in my pre-class series. Haven't decided yet, but I am going to head out for a walk, which is part of my um, holistic therapy. Um, so I'm going to show you some foam rolling on areas of my body that I will do prior to my walk so that I um, have less pain and issues uh, as I get towards the end of my walk. So most people tend to have tight hip flexors. I do. My hips are tight, my lower back is tight, and my quads and hip flexors stay tight most of the time. Most of the time, and I've put a lot of work into helping them become more flexible and limber. And one of these days, I swear it's going to happen. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to use my foam roller, and I'm going to use it two ways for my quads. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay on it, on my thighs. Let me turn myself around so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to lay on it. And just, right about where my hips are. And I'm going to walk or crawl myself forward. Feet are lifted. And I'm just going to roll up and down the thighs. And you want to do this very slowly. What I see a lot of people doing is this. You're just rolling back and forth and rolling back and forth, and while that's a fun rolling pin motion, it's not really doing what we want to do, which is to loosen up and get rid of the adhesions in the muscle tissue fascia. So you want to go slow. When you find areas that are sore or make you go, oh, hey, or ow, or whatever word you want to stop there and hold it. So right about here on my right thigh. But now that I've sort of rolled out both thighs, I'm going to do one quad at a time. And I'm going to start at the knee, just above the knee. You can't quite see it, but just above the knee. And I'm going to slowly work my way down up that quad all the way to my hip. I am turned a little bit, like I'm not square. This hip is pointing up a little bit. And there's a spot that is always tight and it pulls. So I'm gonna stop there and I'm going to hold it for a second. For some people, it's so painful you can't hold it, and I will let you get away with that a few times. But then there's going to come the point where you really, really want to work on those areas where your body's telling you that it needs some work. So I'm going all the way up to the hip, basically where my hip and thigh come together. And then I'm going to go all the way back down. Notice how slowly I'm going? That's how slow you want to go. It's not necessarily pleasant, but heaven forbid I will feel so much better when I get up from my little pre-workout foam rolling session. So I try to put in about 8 to 10 minutes every time, and I do this prior to my workout. Okay, left thigh is a completely different story than my right thigh, so I don't need to spend as much time and effort on this right thigh, left thigh, as I do on my right thigh. Right thigh is fairly loose and limber, so I just give it one good roll for good luck. All right. I should have written this down, but I'm just doing it as I go along. It can be done pre-workout or post-workout, and typically if you are trying to recover from some sort of injury, or you're incredibly sore before you start your workout, this is what I would say to do beforehand. If you just want to help your post-workout recovery, then you would do it after your workout. But here's the other thing. You can do it whenever, as long as you do it on a regular basis. So consistency is the key. All right, so now I'm going to do butt muscles. So I'm going to start with my left, cross the leg over, and I'm just going to roll them a little sideways, and that's how you want to be, because you want to get that outside of your hip. And there's a nice sore spot right there. So I'm going to hang out here for a second. And again, I understand that this is going to be really painful for some people if you are new to this, because I do remember how that feels. But just trust me, you will feel so much better after you do this. All right, so that was left side. I'll get my right side to cooperate here. So again, I'm just going to lean over onto the outside of that butt muscle, and I'm going to roll up to the lower back and all the way back down. So, and while this is always very tight for me, I don't have a sore spot in my right butt cheek, right hip today. So, maybe right about there. And that's the normal spot. So this is a little bit lower. So on my right butt cheek, it was right up here. Left butt cheek, it was right up here. For my right butt cheek, it's right down here. So different sides of your body are going to respond differently. All right. And then I'm going to add my upper back for good measure, because we want the body to work together. So if you're only working on the lower body and not adding some above the waist rolling or stretching or warming up, you're not going to have that holistic, all the body parts working together a little better if you don't do upper body and lower body. So I'm going to lay back on the foam roller. For me, this is mid-back, just below my shoulder blades. And just say if you're a girl, it's where your bra strap is, all right? So then I want you to bring your hands overhead, hands behind the head, or hands across the chest. Doesn't really matter. I've done hands behind the head for so long. That's what feels best for me. And then you're going to lift your butt up. My shirt is stuck. So you're going to roll. You're going to roll up to your neck and all the way back down to your mid-back. So you have to lift your butt and you have to walk your legs, okay? I will do this 2 or 3 times. Stop at my neck, turn my head side to side, try to loosen up the base of the neck, and then right back, nice and slow, to below my shoulder blades, and one more time, all the way to my shoulder blades, or to my neck. And I have a spot like tucked underneath my shoulder blade that's always an issue, so I'm going to turn my body a little bit and kind of roll on that spot, or kind of stretch myself over that spot a few times just to kind of loosen that up so that I don't lean that direction while I'm trying to walk. And alright, that is one last time. So those are 3 areas of the body I would recommend everyone to do pre-workout and or post-workout. You can definitely do it pre and post-workout, especially for beginners. That's what I would tell you to do before your workout and after your workout. So I'm a little bit more loosened up, so I'm going to go take a walk and then I'll come back and